Lord Roart's fled? What of me? I betrayed the church and took control of this tower on his order. Lord Roart's message said that he leaves us to fend for ourselves. Because we were unable to bend the church to his side, he has no more use for us. This is all Yoda's fault. If he hadn't meddled in my affairs... I agree, but that's the least of our worries right now. Very well. And this is our last stand. If we are to die, then the Lycian army shall fall along with us. Prepare the heavenly arrows. But sir, we'll be unable to avoid hitting our own men as well. You know the consequences for dissent. You shall do as I say. I regret crossing me. There's actually just like magical nukes?
Guess so.
This is the Saint's Tower.
The man has shown up.
Saint Elamine's legendary weapon, the Aureola spell tome, lies within. Thank you, Sir Douglas. I appreciate your help. Especially because we were fighting on opposite sides earlier. Yeah, there was no dialogue of him saying, Douglas, join us. I guess it just was an off-screen conversation of whatever. You need not thank me. I do as my king commands. There was nothing more to it. Oh, yeah.
My face is the same as Roy right now, like, what?
I guess because we saved the king. King goes, no, go with them. That said, you saved Etruria. I'm honored to fight alongside you. Alright, now I gotta babysit a general.
I was so dumb. I was thinking because Cease or whatever his name is.
Ooh, Zeiss. Zeiss.
Whatever his name
sure,
is.
Yeah.
Because he was there and he was talking about his king and blah blah blah. I had it in mind that he was
That
also
counts as 3.
on, like, he was acting on behalf of Byrne, and then I forgot that there was Byrne and Etrurian troops there. And I'm like, what? What?
That counts as 3 tiles. Okay. Alright, well, I'm curious about this Javelins of Light thing
What
now.
counts as 3 tiles?
Shooting up there. I'm not technically parallel with him, I guess.
It goes, you're 2 levels down.
I would have to be here. Be level with him. Anyway, there goes that plan. Well, we'll see what these Javelins of Light are like. Can you not reach
with your longbow or whatever?
I can, but I don't double them, so I'm not going to waste a shot. On a 65 especially. Alright, so apparently, Javelins of Light. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious to see what madness is going to show up here.
Yes, go.
Big Deke energy. Let's go, boys. Guinevere, let's go. Klein, you on the left. Legrand, you on the right. All you stay dead center as much as possible. Douglas, you stay right here. I'm not dealing with that. Ray, get up there. You get up there. Milady, you get right in the middle. Well, if there's gonna be splash damage, I might want to split my units. Let me do like something. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh shit. Did he shoot that? Did it come from this? It was so fast. I knew it was like pew and it went down this way. So anything that's on the way okay, so anything that's on the way from the spires gets hit.
Oh.
You know what? It's like that. It's like the Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn map, right? With the boulders. That's probably what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
It could be like that. Okay.
Milady? Because if they're kind of like Javelins of Light, would it be, like, is it going to take out anything that is, like, once it hits something, it counts as its, like, once it hits something, it's up? Or is it just going to, like, travel straight until it encounters something to hit?
It might go through. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get hit by one. Yeah. Your grunt's gonna be fine there. Okay, so it does go through. Okay. Barrier up, Mr. Man. Eek.
But you know what? It makes sense because if it is kind of like a javelin of light, why would light stop?
Guinevere, honestly, she's a freaking beast. Like, she's got really good stats right now. Magic stat is still a little bit, like, lacking, kind of, but, like, not really, to be honest with you. Honestly, Winter's a freaking monster right now.
Fire leaves, man. Who would have thought?
Okay.
Okay, so good. Wakey. Mom says she's like, I liked it. It's just a little too spicy for me.
Well, for my mother, black pepper's too much for her. Truth be told.
I gathered once I tried it, and I'm like,
Well, we'll see if these javelins of light. I'm sure it's gonna be every turn. You gotta keep Milady. See, Milady can't fly up these things, which is a kind of landlocked. And frickin' Gunther or whatever his name is, Douglas.
What do you mean she can't? She's stuck?
She's landlocked. She can't fly over these walls now.
So she's just like.
She's basically a flying infantry.
No, I know, but she will be able to go through, just not fly over. Or is she literally stuck under that level, like at that level entirely?
Yeah. She cannot fly level to level. She has to follow the natural progression.
Yeah, no, that was my question. If it was natural progression, or if she was literally stuck below.
Like at the very bottom?
In the one level, like she could not go past.
So at the very bottom.
Like, let's say she couldn't fly through a gateway, and it's just like she's stuck on the stairs. Okay,
no, this isn't Radiant Dawn. Where you're stuck, where your quarter of your units that you have are like mounted, and then oh, too bad, can't go up the stairs. Lol. Oh shit! So fast, you can't even. So that went down this column. It looked like. I wonder if they come from the blue things then.
Like it, it would make sense.
That went down this column. Might come from the blue bits then. That could. Possibility. We'll see if we can catch the next one. It's light after all. It's freaking fast. Again with the boots, optimal. Okay, surely she doubles that guy. 1326. She doesn't kill, though. Alright. The only way I'm going to get to him anyway.
And this is where it would be really helpful to be able to zoom out.
Why?
The whole map and see where the light is coming from.
Well, the map went to where it shot from. It just moved so fast.
Oh.
I couldn't even tell where it was coming from. Okay, Big Deke Energy is gonna smack this guy's ass. Oh. It's gonna be a methodical thing. I think it came from the blue pillars, so we're gonna investigate that when we get there.
Well, if it happens there and you miss it, just.
I think this is the map where we get Oriola. He's almost S rank. I'm gonna use fire just to save on a little bit of light. This guy's gonna tickle her. Brad did say earlier, folks, that he was going to show up around 8. It is 8:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Not his fault.
I don't blame the guy. I brought my characters that can A, fight, and B, have the most amount of resistance available, so... Except Roy, unfortunately. Honestly, see like Milady, she has to stay linear. Can't cross these walls.
Yeah.
It'd be too high for her to fly. Let's say.
You could also argue, because by the looks of it...
She can't even fly over this.
Think of it as... I don't think those are walls. Think of them as kind of like pillars, top to bottom. So she may not be able to fly over, but they can still shoot through.
It would be too difficult for her to fly around. Too much to maneuver. Who knows?
No, because I'm thinking you can shoot them from here, right?
If I have 3 range, yes.
Yes. So think of these little guys as, instead of being a solid wall, it is from, it's just hiccup, pillars from the floor all the way to the ceiling. But they're pillars. So you can shoot through them, but a wyvern can't fit between.
Okay.
You have no idea.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
Don't doubt me like that, please.
No, that is just, you look like...
23 damage. I was thinking about bringing Faye just to have bolting tanks as well, but the thing is that I can't guarantee that she would be targeted. Perish, every last one of you! Everything to ash! Oh, please don't berserk Gren, bro. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Of all people, don't berserk a Gren, please? Oh, big deek.
Or maybe the little dragon could have aided some.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know that. Because she has such high resistance, they might not even target her. I don't know.
Buddy out of the way.
We don't know. Don't sound Saul, thank you. Move everyone out of the way when I have to go up in a straight line against... I don't even know where that just came from.
I
think this one.
That didn't even look like it came from the pillars.
Did
I
it
just looked
hit
at
anybody? I didn't.
Like, that almost looked like it came from the middle. Like...
Oh, I don't want to... So she's berserk, but I can still move her. How does berserk even work?
Isn't berserk that it makes you attack your own units?
Yes? Oh, hang on. Oh, I can't attack. I can move her, though. No, I can't. No, I can't. I can just only check her range. That's what... Good thing I brought those restore stabs. Alright, good thing I brought those restore stabs. Take this guy out. That's one less
I was gonna
artillery
say,
to worry
let's just hope he doesn't get berserk, because that would be awkward.
I don't know how the formula... At least in Thracia we knew it was just like magic... Ouch. It was just like magic has to be higher than their magic stack. Because magic is also resistance. Makes the unit attack the closest unit. I mean, we're gonna have to wing it. Unfortunately, this is a jank map, but...
Hey, God.
Me, 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 me. Me, moo, me, mama. Honestly, you? Oh, he's out of range. Get him, Rutger. Interesting, you're consuming warm objects that are food-like, and...
Chickpeas are cold.
Okay, but not everything on that plate was, surely.
Warm it too.
But it was still warm, so therefore... It's warm, you're consuming a warm thing, and it has warmed you up. Almost like the tea. This guy's 1% crit chance, my guy.
Tea.
Why don't you want tea? You always want tea, and today you want tea. Ah! Ow.
Don't you sass me.
I'm a sassafras.
Don't you go GBA on me. Days you just want to drink coffee.
Up there.
Here you are.
Want
Why don't you
water?
want the tea?
Have tea, consume it. Okay, that guy's 1% crit chance is mildly concerning. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, Ray, you go this way then. You go this way. To minimize damage, I should split units up so that like, they're not in the same column. Peachums! Hi, Peachums.
Hey, Pete.
Hoggers!
How's your primo farming going?
Okay, watch the blue. Okay, don't berserk. Okay, she got hit again. We gotta restore her again.
I found myself 40 primos that I did not
Poggers!
collect.
Okay. Okay.
Or
Please
I
get
did a
speed.
Geoki.
Okay.
Tell me going where? Get Geoki.
Yep, balloon event done.
Yes, I did that one. I was angry.
Itzia was very angry and she was very much struggling with it.
You know what? I struggled with the first 3.
Well, because I helped you with the last 2, that's why.
No, but the last 2 were a lot easier, I find.
Yep, Scar helps. I brought Venti for mine.
I don't have either one. I had a thing.
Oh, Brad's here. He's saying let me in.
Let me in! Okay, coming.
Please don't silence Salt. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. He's silenced. Now we're in Spooky. Oh shit, this is really bad now. Oh god. Silencer 4, Berserk for 4. Igren has no units nearby. This is bad. We're in huge deep shit now. Alright, chat, it's Brad!
I bring beer.
Here, have your beer. Here you go. There you go. It's a special guest appearance from Brad on a Fire Emblem stream. Look at
Yeah,
chat.
So this is definitely a first, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not tuned in
He's
for any
never
Fire
been-
Emblem. I'm 100% uneducated on this game.
Yeah.
Despite thousands of hours of gameplay.
So Brad,
Peachy's
so-
here.
Hey.
people are here. We
Wow,
got Pat.
Wow. This is a big crowd today. It's not too bad.
People are chilling. We had Mark earlier gift another 5 subs as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Pat, you should join us too. Why not? All right, so we already just got our first reset of the stream. We also got our first game over in a long time because this was Roy's first death. So what the enemy did, this boss right here. Also, mind you, look at the map, Brad. Right, so you got that very symmetrical. We're climbing a big frickin' tower, big holy tower, right? So we're starting down here, and like
Oh, this looks like the tower from Zelda Final Games Tower.
which one?
Link to the Past.
Bill wants to 1v1 me? Me or Brad? So, what we gotta do, we gotta get up here, we gotta seize the throne, but we gotta climb. Now, see these guys, Brad, they got long-range magic, right? They got them. These guys got it, up there on the top left and right. This
Like
guy's
turrets
got
in
it.
the corners.
Yeah, they're basically like magic turret spires, basically. So, what we need to do is climb. We need to get the hell up there. Now, the boss, this guy, Wyndham,
That's the boss?
yeah,
What's wrong with him?
he's a bishop of the church who turned against his order. What do you mean?
Does it not look like the Snapchat filter that makes your nose, your face all scrunchy?
Yeah,
like in the middle?
yeah, that's Cam.
Oh my god.
He also has what's called a berserk staff, which makes an enemy target basically the nearest thing they have.
An ally.
Okay.
And enemies. The nearest thing they have. So what he did, I have this wonderful lady named Agran. You've seen her in Fire Emblem Heroes.
She's all...
She's also back there. Yeah, she's actually above your head, bro.
Oh.
Look on the green screen.
Oh,
she's
she's
right
super
above your
dead.
head.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the dead pile, but
Nope.
she's...
Well, no,
she's
she's not in
literally
that, but she's
right
behind
here.
you. Yeah. So that's her. So she's finally here. We're playing her game now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I know her.
you do. So I put her here, which is fine because she's got to use a longbow to hit this guy 3 squares. Right. The problem is the boss berserked her. I figured I'd be trying to be a smart cookie by trying to box her in, but because she's still an ally, she can just go through allies, and she shot Roy and killed him. So now the problem is, I could just restore staffer, which is like cleanse status. Unfortunately, the guy who does that got silenced. So I couldn't cleanse the status, and then he was just there just with his lips sealed because he couldn't cast a spell to cleanse it. So, oops, now we're screwed. So what we're going to do now is try again on our second attempt, but now we're going to go for a different strategy. I'm going to utilize this guy, Mr. Saul, the man of the cloth here, on an important mission. We're going to use here, we're going to use him to kind of buff up our troopers to make them more magic resistant, because there's obviously a lot of magic here. I'm going to use a warp staff, which teleports a unit further up. I'm going to have that guy go gung-ho on literally the entire map up here. So we got to do a little bit of prep. So you join us right at the beginning of chapter 16X.
Okay.
What we're going to do is bring Guinevere up here. And do a little barrier staff here. That. Buff up her magic resistance.
Have to have.
What's a guidance chapter, Itzia?
My chapters.
There you go.
So 16X. Previous chapter 16. It's an optional chapter, and you have to meet.
It's not even optional. It's just if you get there, then you get there. It's not like FE7 was like visit side chapter.
No, like I'm saying optional in the sense that you know the game. You can choose to say I don't really care for it. I'm just gonna keep until the end. You can forego it. It's not critical game, but it is in order to get the ending of.
So it wouldn't be a part of the 100% run, but... So yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, it would depend. So that would depend if you're gonna go for just. I would say if it's 100% run, then you probably want.
I think so.
Read the hops and then...
Ella, Centennial, and Citra.
You can tell that they're driving.
A lot of aroma, yeah. I know this. Collective Arts, you failed us many times in the past. None of the above.
No,
Not good.
Not even the sip.
Nope. Nope, not that one. Alright, so what we just did was something stupid. But we're gonna hope it works. Told you, you just neglected food as well. Well, I told you to eat, and I told you to have tea, and I told you to do whatever, and you're like, no, my nose is cold.
Yeah. What does that have to do? Nose is cold. You're starving.
Alright, so what I just did was Mr. Saul, the bishop man, just warped up the princess of the enemy kingdom right up here against all this shit. We're gonna let her go to her own devices. End turn.
Remember? Not supposed to be playable in this game. She's the one that was modded in.
Which that is her unique sprite as well. Because she is playable after you beat the game 9 times, one of which being a hard mode run. There's things called like trial maps, which you use your army plus a featured character. Which is like, yeah, it's a trial map.
Reason like this is why I just don't have patience.
Why?
Like that's insane. I do not want to beat this game 10 times. To play
Well,
the
you
game.
don't have to.
Yeah, yeah, the trial maps are just like, here, play with this character just for funsies on a, here's a special, like, it's like a challenge map, basically, which you just do separately. And you can unlock her for trial maps after 9 playthroughs. One of which being hard mode.
Dinner. Baked potatoes. Arrow leaves.
Explained to me a few times. Did not compute.
It's really good. I'd never tried it. Like I said, I didn't think people like
It was good.
Right?
A lot of flavor.
Yeah. Not what you would expect. Because I looked at it and I said, is that mushroom? Like, no. And I'm looking at it like, mint? Artichoke? Which is like taro root. I mean taro leaf. Rolled up.
Alright, so now, Guinevere is up here doing her own thing. What we're going to do now is warp up our next unit, but we got to prepare for that. We're going to have Roy trade over thing. No. This. And now Saul, what he's going to do is use this on him. He can't do that.
That thing? We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, so we're going to prepare to do it. We're going to bring the warp staff over to Klein over here, so that Saul can use this hammer and staff to repair the warp staff. There we go. Now with the hammer and staff, it repairs things. What? You're struggling. Since you sat down there, you've been like a mess.
I went to drink it, but because it's more room temperature than I expected, I guess the milk was really cold. I didn't realize that it was already in my mouth. I was waiting for the hot.
Jesus.
It hit the back of my throat, and I'm like, oh.
Gets a taste of food, just
Well,
forgets how to function.
I went to, like, suction in so I could get some liquid in my mouth, and then just to realize that my windpipes were being
Just casually drowns.
Yes. The boat had a leak.
So Brad, while we're preparing for madness to ensue, tell the chat and the world, or who eventually watches this, everything you know about Fire Emblem. Go.
Wow. Okay.
All
Test.
I know you know it.
Me, like everyone else in North America, I was introduced to Fire Emblem through. So my knowledge of Smash Bros was that as a child, Roy is shitty and Marth is good. So, they both have swords. And Roy's sword is like a wet noodle. Amazing. That was about it. I never had any interest to like. I knew that they were Japanese exclusive games. And... Okay, never.
Until
I'm a little kid on the internet, and I.
Right.
after last, probably 1,000 hours of watching, I've learned some of the character names. I understand like the general strategy, but there's just so much. Like, I guess you have to know all the little special abilities, different ways to interact. There's a lot of strategy in that. Haven't played enough.
Meta? What meta?
I don't know, like, I'm sure there's some like best in slot sort good strategies to wipe out some.
Well, see, let me tell you something about best in slots. Best in slot swords are not for Rob. You want to put a killing edge on that boy? It won't do shit.
What's a killing edge? It's
It's a sword with high crit that will never crit for Rob, ever, not once, and will lead to his character getting killed the map he arrived. Yeah, that's actually pretty solid considering you paid hardly any attention.
Yeah, and I played a single mission. I tried the trial mission of the one for Switch.
What's that game called, Brad?
Good question. Oh, Three Houses.
Hey.
But yeah, like I ran around the house or the school or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That, and...
You ran around the three houses.
Yeah.
You ran around the three houses, yeah.
I ran around the living room and then the... It was a really big dining room. There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was a big house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like just seeing how you kind of interact with the game, like I understand the logic. So much technical details of every character.
You gotta speak up, Brad. Mike doesn't pick up your mumbling.
Way back here.
What do you mean way back here?
You,
Do you want to sit where I'm sitting?
you see these bars here?
afraid?
If that's not moving, they don't hear you.
I'm already using my big boy voice. I can't do it
Brad
anymore.
doesn't have a big boy voice. Does a Gren have enough resistance? 5. 10. Absolutely she does. Saul? Can I protect Saul in any way, shape, or form? Yes, I can. So Saul's gonna go up here. And gonna warp up, so I fixed the warp staff. Now Gren, I'm gonna put her up here to also continue a mission of suicide. So in terms of like best in slot, it's definitely not like World of Warcraft. It's not like an MMO where, you know, or like Genshin or anything like that, where you have like these characters that, yeah, this one's definitely best in slot. Like you need this sword for whatever. It's like, no, you do whatever works in some situations. Like you got like, I'll go over to a quick example here. Alright, let's do someone who's a bit of a play, or who's got a bunch of shit. Hi Kuma. We got Deke over here, Big Deke. Big Deke energy.
That's a big Deke.
Yeah, he's got a big Deke, and he weighs a big 14. Right. So he's got like, so he can use swords and axes in his current class of hero. Okay. What's with the helmet? We had a hat redeem. So he got a steel axe, which is like this. So might of 11. So what that means, this is a quick Fire Emblem tutorial. So he's got strength of 23 plus might of 11, which equals 23 plus 11. What's that?
Not 22.
Correct. So you see that down there? Attack. That is his current attack. That includes might plus strength or magic, whatever.
The might is
yes.
Think of it as
yes.
like how strong he is. How strong it is.
That is the strength of the weapon, yes. Yeah. He's got a hit chance of 50. Don't ask me how to calculate hit chance. I have no idea. It's something to do with skill, but I don't know what the exact math is. And same with the void and whatever, and then crit whatever. So this, right? So weight. So it's got a weight of 15. See that in WT? So to calculate his attack speed would be weight minus constitution. So he's got a con of 14, which means he isn't being weighed down by, or he is, but only by 1. It's just marginally too heavy for him.
Uma, he's just missing the summer, so he felt like a new heart had summer.
Yeah, I don't know what hard hat summer is, but okay. So he's only being weighed down by 1. So his
Like
attack
hot girl
speed
summer?
would end up being speed -1 in this situation. He's got 17 speed technically. Attack speed is 17. So if he was to fight this guy here, he's got a speed of 12. So he's already faster by default. And he's got a steel sword, which weighs 10 on his constitution of 9. So he's weighed down by an additional 1. He's got a speed of 12. I believe in this game, if you outspeed by 4, you get a second attack. So if I attack the guy, I'll do initiate, counterattack, follow-up. Or doubling. And then to do damage, it would be attack, right here, minus this guy's defense stat, which would be 6.
There's also, as Arcold mentioned, weapon trap. Swords are better than axes, axes are better than lances, and if I have a sword and you lance, you're gonna hit me harder and I'm gonna hit you less. I believe it's by 1.
Yeah, one damage difference on the weapon triangle. Oh god, don't berserk, please. He's gonna do it. Freaking Bobby Hill over here. Yes. No, oh, he missed a 90, thank Christ. Oh god, here comes the artillery. So yes, I wouldn't want to use Deke, Mr. Axeman, against that sword guy. Because I'd be suffering a hit penalty, where he would gain a hit advantage.
Do less damage and take more damage?
Yes.
Yep. But then also so the thing about it too is, sure, if you have a mighty weapon, a lot of the time.
Not picking up your mic.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the chat who can't hear your lovely voice.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Nothing coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of have to like weigh your pros and cons, and also you have to. Yeah, so D can use swords, so you could just leave him with a sword if you want to as well. But there's a few things like the tricky part about games like this that is not a practical person, and takes a lot for me to see the path forward when so many options.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I kind of like go back and forth, and I flip through almost every weapon, and then what I think I'm gonna do, and Rob's like, why are you sad? I'm like, why not? Well, why would you hit him with something that has an 89%? Hey, Nintendo, welcome back.
The Salties,
Hey.
welcome back.
Brad is here now.
Yeah, the shiny Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Igran killed Roy.
Yep.
So that's what you missed.
So we're gonna warp somebody else up there now.
Yeah, so I guess that's the problem. I can create like a general strategy, but I have no idea if it makes sense.
It
It
could though. It could.
It could.
The benefit is you can
complete
see it.
fluke.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
like-
the benefit is you can see it. So when he's doing, let's say an attack, if you can maybe like, so you'll see there the 18. So his might in this case, he's gonna do 18 twice.
Fine.
So this one already calculates it for you.
Twice because of speed.
Yes. So I
So-
outspeed him.
This is kind of like this is the easy mode of the battle forecast, in which it already calculates for you. Some of the other Fire Emblem games don't have this, and you would have to essentially look at both their stats and
Yeah.
manually calculate.
The
and know
oldest
that.
ones, in case of Fire Emblems 1 and 2,
Are
don't tell you. You have to manually look at their strength plus might of the weapon, and then look at their defense, and then calculate the speed. Are you going to double? Are you going to even do damage? Are you all that? It doesn't tell you any of that.
Saltino, Saltina, and Saltinus.
Sultanus, yeah. So in this case,
Sultanus Prime.
Deke is he's quite a beast. He's got some huge Deke energy, right? So this guy, this poor armor knight, yes.
Back to the back.
Okay, fine. That's you can just ruin my train of thought. That's fine. Go ahead.
You also see how the enemy doesn't have other stats except for the.
Hmm?
That's because he can counter at that range,
Okay.
so he's not gonna do anything back.
Probably either.
So what he's doing?
He was shooting
He has a hand axe, which is basically like
it.
Yeah.
a hatchet, basically. So you can throw it or whatever.
I mean the enemy, like
The enemy. So what he's got? He's just an armor knight. He's just some
The melee
run-of-the-mill guy. He's got a lance. That's all he's got. Just a He's got, you see, so right there, range 1. That's it. The hand axe has a range 1 to 2. So I can throw it at, I can just yeet it at this guy. And because Deke Energy is big burly man, 18 by 2, what, 36. That's after strength, and that's already calculating everything. So it's already calculating his defense with my attack, and yada yada yada. I'll just swipe this guy.
And has a 100%. So he's going to hit. Now the question is just whether or not damage, which in this anyway. But if you were going to do no damage or minimal damage defense, it calculates it for you. But like Arcold was saying, in some of the older games that didn't tell you, you could probably ignore the information and still be fine. Fine.
20.
But it was a game like that would definitely be harder to get more used to it, because probably look at it and say, but I'm attacking for 15 and I did 2. What happened?
If I didn't have it visually on the screen right here, I'd probably again 0. Or just given to me.
Well, that's the thing. They're all visually there.
Yeah, like this is great.
No, Nintendo, we're using Hugh.
No, and Ray.
Oh, you brought Ray?
Yeah, Hugh and Ray are here.
Then never mind.
Ray's right here. Little boy. Little boy with his...
I am shook you are using Ray.
I said that about 20 minutes ago.
Busy with food.
I know. Believe me. I know. Please stop doing that.
Sorry. Didn't knock on it.
You bonked my head.
I tapped it.
A grand level.
Yeah.
Much better. Good job, Agren.
But yeah, so some of these games, like especially when you're just watching them, here's the big difference. And this is something that I think you'll understand more than Rob does.
Jesus.
He's been playing games like this, strategy games, tactical, far longer.
Like 4 years, maybe max.
And he's flying through the freaking map.
Just getting gaslit right now.
He would put everything on he would speed up a lot of these games, especially some of the older ones. When you an emulator, you're able to increase the speed. He's freaking flying through the map and then goes, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "What?"
This is make fun of Rob now.
It is not make fun of Rob. I'm just saying, it can be daunting when you're sitting at home and looking at it and you think that you're not understanding much to it. But once you break it down into its little pieces, it does make sense. It just takes maybe a little bit longer. I think you would probably pick it up faster than I do. Probably. I think that with your gaming experience, translate it better than me based on the games that you.
The battle style kind of makes me think of
triangle.
Paper Mario. It's like, obviously it's completely different. Like, actual like way that you calculate everything is very like Paper Mario.
Yeah,
you have your power, your defense, your different abilities, your strengths and weaknesses. Well, just actually like calculate the mechanics and the special damage. It's all just numbers.
Yeah.
I eventually pick it up.
Yeah, it just seems because on stream it's going so fast, it's a lot harder to keep up with it. So like when I was like when I'm watching it, unless I'm the one actually playing it, like sometimes I'm mostly just watching it for free and figuring what happens, but it's way too fast for me. There will definitely be moments when I was like, what just happened? Where'd he come from? What'd he do? And I'm literally like, eh? So what he may have seen as like a flash of a person showing up, for me was like, wasn't he there the whole time? What do you mean? Like, where'd he come from? Who? This guy? What guy? What do you mean? He's right there. And I'm like...
It is so much different when you're playing yourself and you actually understand like what you're trying to do with this character, and then something goes wrong. Then
especially because you would have been like, I was sure, I checked, I'm pretty sure there was no one there. And then all of a sudden something hits you and you're like, what just hit me? Where'd it come from? Whereas me watching, I'm like, not there the whole time? Was that not a tree? We had a similar thing happen with Path of Radiance, I think it was. It might have been Radiant Dawn. There was this bridge. And there was a Lagoose, which is kind of like a a lion, tiger, person transforming.
Half human, half
thing.
animal.
A liger.
But they transform. Like, no, that's
not a
different thing.
liger. Like a lion and a tiger.
But it was in a tile that it sort of blended into. So
Oh,
he
God.
had checked everything.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, this tile moves. He's like, "Oh my god, he was there!" And I don't remember if like, somebody died from that or
Yeah, Mordecai died.
yes.
Because there was an invisible thing. So, status update. So, Agren is berserked again for 3 more turns. Because berserk auto moves to the nearest enemy, I'm hoping she goes for this guy, who is ruining her life right now. There's no one else in range, which is good. She can go for that guy, but I'm really hoping she goes for this guy. Thing is, now Guinevere is also berserked, but the only people in sight are enemies, so I don't care. As long as they decide not to, she doesn't decide to like go here, and Agren doesn't start to like waltz this way.
You control them in any
No.
way?
No.
When they're berserk, think of it as they go into a berserk state. They're just freaking out. They don't see they just see red. They just go, and it's not even that they go for the nearest enemy. They go for the nearest bit of any sort. So it can be one of your how Roy died. Yeah. They're like, that thing moved. Kill. So if you can restore them, that's great. But in a map like this, because you can restore them, but like it happened before the reset. Once you do that, you're stuck there. So unless you have someone else to either rescue and move you away or something, still Ray?
Ray's fine.
Okay. Then
Don't worry about
you're
Ray.
stuck there. And then what ended up happening was she got berserked, and then the restorer got silenced. So you're stuck. So you're taking a risk that way. And it'll really... I think the hardest thing I find about Fire Emblem is that sometimes what you think is going to happen doesn't happen, and you don't know why. Figuring out the AI. Even with 3 houses, they have little red lines that are like, "Hi, I'm gonna attack that guy," and then it doesn't. I'm like, "You lied to me? How dare you lie to me? We're at war, and you lied?"
Okay, so this guy has no more boltings, so that's fine. He's just faffing about. So I'm really hoping Agren doesn't autopilot for this guy, because he's got no way of countering, which is fine, which is a good thing, because now I can walk up relatively peacefully. There's no more artillery coming this way. Now I gotta worry about Wyndham, the boss over here, who has no more Berserk Staff use left. So now, this guy's got 1 more bolting. This guy's got 2 more purges. Basically, so like, artillery magic. And this guy should have 4, yeah, okay.
Like there's.
So, now it should be relatively safe for me to move my troops. Because there's no artillery magic that's going to bombard me up going up these ladders. Or up these steps. So, now I'm going to move with my army. I have no more berserks to worry about. So my army won't turn on myself. And my allies won't get nuked out from orbit. So that's what I was worried about. She moved. I was hoping she would go for the boss, but alas. Good. Agren went for that guy, so that's good. He can't counter because artillery magic generally has like a minimum range. Or
You know
no,
what?
a minimum range, and you can't counterattack with it.
I think she didn't go for the boss because A, I don't think she would damage, but also B, cast a spell, so they're there where...
Definitely
Okay.
not. Yeah,
Anyway.
oh, she's actually using her light
cleaned
magic.
up, though.
Good. Yeah, Guinevere is doing
Yeah, she's
very,
very
very well.
powerful.
That's why I warped her up there with a lot of confidence. Oh, the crit!
Cool.
And you know
Isn't
what,
that such a
Arkle?
satisfying crit noise? That's
I
what you
like
hear in
that-
the final smashes.
I like when they miss,
thing.
because it sounds like they're hitting... They're like, coconuts!